get some tips. And it's where you could pick up your mail. They would hold it for you for 3 months. And that's also where you cash your traveler's checks. It's the only way to get cash back then. So I started off in Ireland and skipped over to Yugoslavia, went down through Greece to Egypt and the Middle East. And then I realized it was 5 months, and I realized I was on a spiritual quest as well. I had a strong religious upbringing, but it didn't give me the spiritual life I was now seeking. See, I'd done transcendental meditation twice a day for 3 years, and it brought me to a quiet place inside. And I wondered, what do I do with this internal silence, interior silence? And meditation wasn't very common in the 70s yet in the West. So I was excited to get to Bethlehem for Christmas. Well, unfortunately, 1,000 or more other people had the same idea. We were shoulder to shoulder in the brightly lit Bethlehem Square with heavily armed soldiers everywhere. And the midnight mass was blaring on the loudspeakers from the old ancient church. And the crowd, well, they were all smoking and drinking and partying. It was absolutely not a spiritual experience. Well, I'd been gone 5 months, and I was halfway around the world. Jeff certainly expected me to head west and fly home by then, and I had to tell him I wasn't ready. I needed to pursue this spiritual quest. I needed to find a guru, and I was going to India. Well, I spent a month in India and never met a single person who had ever even heard of transcendental meditation. I figured the Beatles had gone there and found the Maharishi. Certainly I should be able to. I'm the one that already practices meditation. Well, all I heard about was an obscure Catholic ashram somewhere in some little village. And so, well, it's like a monastery. So it took a few days on a train and got to this little teeny village in nowhere and hiked up the hill, mountain really, among the cows and all the cow pies, and was greeted at the door of Charismala Ashram by this gray-haired monk with a beard down to his navel and orange flowing robes. And then I went in and had their main meal of soup and bread with the 5 other monks in a grass hut with a dirt floor. And we went into my little guest room, very little guest room, that I shared with someone, and she pointed out the whole shelf full of books by that long-bearded monk. His name was B. Griffith. And really? You've never heard of him? I said, no, I haven't. She said, well, he happens to be world-renowned Benedictine priest and spiritual master. He was at the forefront with a total of 3 people in the world who were exploring the ancient traditions of Christian meditation and the Christian contemplative tradition. And he had followers around the globe. Well, I stayed a week and I devoured his books. And I found answers. And I felt spiritually energized. I felt integrated. And I felt whole. It was wonderful. Laid on the floor of their little, not exactly mud hut, but a version of the same, of the chapel, and just cried on my last day, not knowing how I'd ever hold this together back in the West. So I went off to Nepal and had a week doing day hikes in the Himalayas. And I realized I was as far away from home as I could possibly be. I also realized I had nothing else to prove to myself about my ability to be alone and not lose myself in marriage. And I started ramping up, getting excited about getting married, and I was ready. So I went into my little guest house. I was in Pokhara, Nepal, thousands of feet above sea level. In my little window, I was looking straight at Mount Everest. And I was writing my aerogram letter to Jeff. I'm married, I'm not ready. And then a new guest comes walking in. Hey, Jenny, what you doing here? Hey, man, what's happening? This is cool. Hey, you want to smoke a joint? I'm like, what? This is intern from my hospital in San Francisco. You've got to be kidding. I've been gone for 6 months. It had time for me to get out of here, so I headed on back down to India. But I was so pumped about getting ready to get married that I took myself to the Taj Mahal and bought myself an engagement ring. And my rickshaw driver, he is guaranteed that it would be a certified jeweler. And I got my ruby sapphire ring. It soon lost its luster. but the sentiment held strong. And then I even tried on wedding saris. But fortunately, I realized in time that the wedding gown that looks right in India should stay in India. And I kept on going east and passed through Thailand and China and finally landed in Hong Kong. Spent 8 months, traveled the globe, avoided dysentery and 100 other diseases. And I was ready to go home. And then all these kids came into the youth hostel coming back from the South Sea Islands. Oh, paradise in reach, clean air, clean water, clean food, fresh fruits and vegetables. After all those third world countries, I was ready for it and I deserved it. And then I opened my letter from Jeff. Dear Jenny, it has been a long time. Period. Love, Jeff. That was it. That was my second time's up note. I turned around, went straight to the travel agency, bought my ticket, went home. And I never got to South Sea Islands. We got married the next spring, been married 39 years. And I still travel with family and friends. And I still meditate twice a day. And those internal journeys, they have as much discovery and challenge as any traveling I've ever done. But those South Sea Islands, they are on my bucket list.
Thank you, Jenny. That was great. All right, well, speaking of time's up, time's up. That was our last hour. So now we have to, can we have a big round of applause for all those wonderful talks? We have a third party draw. We don't want them to think this is fixed or anything. So please pick a random person, but they're very well done. And the $10 book certificate winner is Jim Wall. Yeah, he's really hugged out. Should we give him a standing ovation? It's his birthday. Are we going to sing happy birthday now? Thank you so much for coming. And there will be another story slam. It will be, we're not sure when. September or October. We don't have the exact dates yet. Those will be coming soon. So if you, we don't know the theme yet either. We don't always have a theme, but there probably will be a theme. Yeah, well, don't worry. So if you're not on the email list and you want to know about it, get on the email list. Just fill out one of the surveys. Just put your email down if you don't want to answer the questions. And if you are on the list and you're not getting emails, well, you gave me an illegible email. So I get a lot of bounce back, so try writing more legibly next time. All right, thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.